Will his honesty come back to haunt him? Emmerdale spoilers follow. The following article contains discussion of sexual misconduct. Emmerdale's Dingle reaches breaking point next week as he's unable to live with his guilt over Anthony Fox's death. Aaron decides to come clean in a private conversation with Anthony's daughter Ruby, which threatens John Sugden's ongoing attempts to cover up the truth. This week's dramatic episode saw Aaron brutally attack Anthony at Caleb Milligan's depot. Aaron pursued Anthony for revenge after realizing that he'd sexually abused Ruby when she was a teenager. Aaron fled from the scene and left Anthony for dead. When he and John later returned to check on Anthony, they discovered that he passed away. John immediately took control of the situation by offering to dispose of Anthony's body and make it look like he'd left the village of his own accord. The plan ran into trouble when Aaron and John realized that Anthony's car was still in the village, which made his disappearance look all the more suspicious. Next week, Aaron and John try to trick Anthony's family into believing that he has briefly come back and collected his things before leaving for good. As John distracts Ruby by offering to have a coffee with her, Aaron breaks into Mill Cottage to gather Anthony's belongings and spare car key. Aaron and John then move Anthony's car to Dingle's garage, which is due to be closed for a few days. Aaron focuses on stripping down the car, while John seems to be enjoying being his boyfriend's rock. Later, John pretends to be interested in a health and safety initiative for Caleb's depot, giving him a chance to investigate the crime scene one last time. John panics when he spots Anthony's bloody tooth on the floor and he struggles to find the right moment to retrieve it without attracting attention. Things get even worse when Caleb appears, making accusations amid John's strange behavior. Later, Aaron pays an unexpected visit to Ruby and opens up to her about his past, including his experiences with his abusive dad Gordon and his self-harm in later years. Ruby's attempts to comfort Aaron leave him feeling guilty, so he admits that he killed Anthony. Aaron's confession leaves Ruby shocked, but will she keep his secret? The following article contains discussions of sensitive topics including sexual misconduct. In the upcoming episodes of Emmerdale, Aaron Dingle finds himself at a critical juncture as he grapples with overwhelming guilt stemming from the death of Anthony Fox. As the weight of his actions becomes unbearable, Aaron makes a pivotal decision to confide in Anthony's daughter Ruby. This revelation poses a significant threat to John Sugden's ongoing efforts to conceal the truth surrounding Anthony's demise. Recent episodes have taken a dark turn, showcasing Aaron's brutal confrontation with Anthony at Caleb Milligan's depot. Driven by a desire for vengeance after discovering that Anthony had sexually abused Ruby during her teenage years, Aaron's rage culminated in a violent attack. In the aftermath, Aaron fled the scene, leaving Anthony gravely injured. When he and John returned to check on Anthony, they were met with the grim reality that he had succumbed to his injuries. In the wake of this tragedy, John quickly assumed control of the situation, proposing a plan to dispose of Anthony's body and stage it to appear as though he had voluntarily left the village. However, their scheme faced complications when they realized that Anthony's car remained in the village, casting a shadow of suspicion over their actions. As the story unfolds, Aaron and John attempt to manipulate Anthony's family into believing that he had returned briefly to collect his belongings before disappearing for good. While John distracts Ruby with an offer of coffee, Aaron takes the opportunity to break into Mill Cottage to retrieve Anthony's possessions and a spare car key. The duo then relocates Anthony's car to Dingle's garage, which is set to be closed for several days. While Aaron focuses on dismantling the vehicle, John appears to take on the role of a supportive partner, providing emotional stability amid the chaos. Later, John feigns interest in a health and safety initiative at Caleb's depot, which allows him to revisit the crime scene one last time. However, panic ensues when he discovers a bloody tooth belonging to Anthony on the floor, leaving him in a precarious position as he tries to discreetly retrieve it without drawing attention. The tension escalates further when Caleb arrives, confronting John about his peculiar behavior. As the pressure mounts, Aaron makes an unexpected visit to Ruby, where he opens up about his troubled past, including the abuse he suffered at the hands of his father, Gordon, and his struggles with self-harm. Reaction to Aaron's shocking admission leaves her reeling. The question now looms: will she choose to keep his secret, or will the truth come to light, potentially unraveling the lives of those involved? As the storyline progresses, viewers are left to ponder the consequences of Aaron's honesty. Will his decision to come clean ultimately lead to his downfall, or will it serve as a catalyst for healing and redemption? The intricate web of relationships and secrets in Emmerdale continues to evolve, promising a gripping narrative that explores the complexities of guilt, loyalty, and the quest for truth. Stay tuned for more developments in this intense storyline as the characters navigate the murky waters of morality and the repercussions of their choices. As the gripping storyline unfolds in Emmerdale, several characters play pivotal roles that shape the narrative and its emotional depth. Here's a closer look at the key figures involved in the recent events surrounding Aaron Dingle and Anthony Fox's tragic demise. Aaron Dingle is a complex character whose journey has been marked by trauma and resilience. His past experiences, particularly the abuse he suffered at the hands of his father, Gordon, have profoundly impacted his mental health and relationships. Aaron's character is defined by his struggle with guilt and anger, which come to a head following Anthony Fox's death. His decision to confront Anthony stems from a deep-seated desire for justice on behalf of Ruby, Anthony's daughter, who was a victim of his abuse. Aaron's violent reaction to Anthony's actions reveals the extent of his emotional turmoil and the lengths he is willing to go to protect those he loves. As he grapples with the consequences of his actions, Aaron's character arc raises questions about morality, redemption, and the impact of past trauma on present choices. Ruby Fox, the daughter of Anthony, is a character caught in a whirlwind of emotions. Her relationship with her father is complicated as she struggles to reconcile her love for him with the horrific truth of his past actions. Ruby's character embodies the theme of victimhood and the quest for understanding. When Aaron confides in her about his feelings of guilt and his role in her father's death, Ruby is faced with a moral dilemma. Her reaction to Aaron's confession will be crucial in determining the direction of the storyline. Will she choose to protect Aaron, or will she feel compelled to seek justice for her father? Ruby's character represents the struggle between loyalty to family and the need for truth, making her a pivotal figure in the unfolding drama. John Sugden is a character who embodies the complexities of loyalty and deception. As Aaron's boyfriend, John finds himself in a precarious position, torn between his love for Aaron and the need to cover up the truth about Anthony's death. John's initial response to the situation is to take charge, suggesting a plan to dispose of Anthony's body and stage his disappearance. However, as the pressure mounts, John's character begins to reveal cracks in his facade. His attempts to distract Ruby while Aaron gathers evidence highlight his struggle to maintain control over the situation. John's character raises questions about the lengths one will go to protect a loved one, and the moral compromises that come with such decisions. His eventual confrontation with Caleb adds another layer of tension, as John's behavior becomes increasingly erratic under the weight of his secrets. Caleb Milligan is a character who serves as a catalyst for the unfolding drama. As the owner of the depot where the violent confrontation occurs, Caleb's presence looms large over the events that transpire. His initial role in the storyline is that of a business owner, but as the plot thickens, Caleb becomes embroiled in the cover-up. His accusations towards John reveal his suspicions and add to the tension surrounding the situation. Caleb's character represents the theme of accountability as he grapples with the implications of the actions taken at his depot. His interactions with John and Aaron will be crucial in determining how the truth ultimately surfaces. The broader community of Emmerdale also plays a significant role in the narrative. The village is a tight-knit environment where secrets are difficult to keep, and the repercussions of Aaron and John's actions will undoubtedly ripple through the lives of other characters. The reactions of friends and family to the unfolding events will shape the storyline as loyalties are tested and alliances are formed. The community's response to the revelation of Anthony's abuse and the subsequent cover-up will highlight the themes of justice, morality, and the complexities of human relationships.